Hey guys, Brian Schroeder here with Buyers Club. I got John Morgan here with Premium Cabinets. John, you're a real estate investor, right?
I am.
So you own a cabinet company, but you understand investors because you are one.
I do. Yeah.
And you do some fix and flips in the St. Louis Metro, and you got some rentals?
No, just
fix and flip.
Yeah.
You're a fix and flipper.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's talk about your company a little bit and the products you supply to real estate investors. So it's mainly kitchen cabinets.
Mainly cabinets.
Yep. Bathroom cabinets too?
We can do vanities.
Yes.
For sure. Yep.
Yes.
Any cabinetry in the home.
Yes, excellent. And your name is Premium Cabinets, but you understand investors and you understand investors are kind of cheap.
It can be.
That's right. But so, you provide a product that, tell me if this is accurate. It's basically a better quality cabinet than you're going to get like at a Hoods or something like that for a comparable price.
For sure.
You want to kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think our goal has always been to get the best quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also deliver it at a good price. And I mean, transparently, it took us some years to get there.
Yeah.
We always had a fair price. We always had great service, but we didn't have it in stock. So it was a timing issue for us. So for the last 2 years, I worked on developing our own product line that we could inventory and stock for investors to now check the time box. So, but in creating kind of and developing our own product line, we wanted to give that quality that folks were looking for. So that's plywood construction. It's the dovetail joints and soft closing doors and drawers, which are, nice features that homeowners, like, but also like on a rental side, your tenants aren't beating the cabinets up quite as much because they can't slam doors and drawers shut. So if I could deliver an all wood cabinet with those features at the same or a better price than, like you said, that you could get at Hoods, and I have it in stock. For me, it was like a win-win-win for everybody, right? So that's what we've been working on. And as of February of this year, our warehouse is stock full of inventory.
That's awesome. So somebody that can, well, let's just talk about how the people work with you. So real estate investors got a house. They got to replace the kitchen. They just kind of measure it up, sketch out a design for you. Text it to you or email it to you, and you'll draw it up for them?
Yeah. So, I mean, our seasoned investors, I mean, they've been doing this long enough. They're usually designing their own kitchens. And when I say design, they're sketching it out, right?
Yes.
They're just drawing it out, and then we'll put together a full design for them so they can go get permits and drawings and stuff like that. Now, newer investors or whatnot, we'll kind of walk or coach them through it, but they all have contractors that they're working with.
Yes.
Right? And the contractors are ultimately the ones who install the product.
That's right.
So who better than to measure it and make sure it fits than the contractor who will be installing it?
Absolutely.
So normally they just sketch it out, walls, windows, doors. They email it over to me. I'd say 90% are going white shaker, something very simple. We do a full service design, so they get floor plans, elevations. We can do 3D renderings. All of that included in still investor like price point. So that's a little bit about the process.
And then they can do you deliver the cabinets to the or do they come by your office and pick them up, or how's that work?
Most of our seasoned investors, they want delivery, right? Because they have multiple projects going on. So they don't have time to come pick things up. We'll let folks pick it up. But when cabinets are delivered by us, it's, our team members on our company owned truck, and then we bring them in the home, right? So it's this you get the same white glove service as an investor as we do on our retail side of the business, because it's the same group of people. But if time is important and they need to pick them up, we'll let them pick them up.
Okay. All right. So bottom line is you got an awesome quality product, and you can deliver it on a very quick turnaround. You're not waiting. And then when we were talking earlier, you mentioned if somebody wants an additional discount, they can basically order it where they build it themselves. Or you want to talk about that a little bit?
So our delivery for assembled goods right now is about 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
Right? And sometimes we can make it quicker, but that's just kind of a rule of thumb, 5 to 7 days for delivery of assembled goods. Now, the discount that we're talking about is that's the price point that we already know is super competitive in the market. But how do we save investors more money? Right? If we can lower our costs and pass that savings along, we created a program where they can order what we call flat packed cabinets, or RTA.
Okay.
And they can pick them up at our warehouse within 24 hours, sometimes even same day.
Okay.
And they'll save an additional 20% off. So $5,000 kitchen, wholesale price, $1,000 savings, right? It's built in. It's something I take out of my own pocket, but I don't have to build them. I don't have to deliver them. It's really turnkey. So we have several investors that they just they just place their orders and they show up at the back dock. They pick them up, and again, 24-hour turnaround on that. And now we can really solve that time crunch.
Yep. And then they just have their contractor build the cabinets.
Yeah.
And it's not that difficult to build a cabinet. Is that fair to say?
The good thing is it only goes together one way.
Okay.
You can't mess it up. I mean, it's two sides, a top, a bottom, a drawer. I mean, all the components are in a box.
Yes.
You know, it's really easy. Yeah. And when I started the company 12 years ago, I built every cabinet that came through the building. Yeah. And I'm like the least handy person, right? So if I can do it, contractors and handymen can do it. But again, it's an option. It's an option for those that want to save additional money, right?
Yeah. And you were talking earlier about most investors these days are doing the white shaker cabinets, but you know, there's some other, you know, like blues or greens or whatever that are getting some popularity, and you guys can do that kind of thing too.
We can. We've got, you know, blue, green. We just came out with a skinny shaker, so it's like the hottest thing trending right now.
Okay.
So the profile is very thin.
Okay.
And we have that now in a white, a black, and a light oak. Right. So what we're trying to do is because we're not the only cabinet shop in town.
Yeah.
Right. So not only we're trying to hammer quality, time, and price, now we're trying to stay on top of the trends. So we're constantly developing new product so that we can stay ahead, and then more importantly, differentiate ourselves from the competition so that it's not just white, gray, and shaker espresso. They have options, right?
I love it. That sounds awesome. Did I miss anything? Anything else you want to mention to our members here?
No, I mean, I think the only thing that I would say is what you get with myself and Premium is like you mentioned before, is as a real estate investor, like I understand the business. So I think that while we just sell cabinets and design cabinets, I can also, put input in if warranted as to how to save money, right, and still put out a beautiful product. I'm also an investor, so I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to do things that put out a good product, but also we're respectful of that budget. So you know, it's on time, it's within budget, and if I can help the investor do that, it just solidifies us as a continued partner in their projects.
Absolutely, and we just used you on our Chesterfield flip. Love the products, turned out great, and I'm using it on my Sedona house even, so which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be cool.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming in, John.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brian.